guided meditation call for May 14th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, Thursday. It's a couple things. On the Tradera call line tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we want everybody to be there so that we can introduce people to people that I have gifted in the family, so that people can get acquainted. That's important. So we can call out for different individuals who have not met who they're with or gotten to collaborate and interact. So it is important to do that so that we are a family and not just saying we're a family. When we begin to, in our own way, our own direction, each of us begin to realize just really who and what we are, and how we are challenged with ourselves. And what I mean is that, we walk through this life and experience, and we are aware of the ego mind, but also the ego mind is very quick, and it's very slippery, it's tricky. And it can come in at any time, any place, anyway. And the thoughts that come at us are quick. And sometimes they slip in, and we create them into reality. But the interesting part about that is that we know that, just to know that, not only to know it, but to act upon it, so that we can incorporate the heart mind to counteract the ego mind, and that we go into practice with ourselves to practice this understanding or synergy that we are with the heart mind, so that the ego mind begins to decouple itself, so that these thoughts, of which most aren't ours, come in, so we don't embrace them and create them into reality. You can get irritated or stressed out or in a hurry about something that's very, very trivial, but that can turn it into much bigger of a stress factor for us. It's like a snowball effect. We don't know it a lot of the times, but it does happen. And it is all about us navigating and mastering ourselves and who and what we are. We don't understand what we are, that we're pure consciousness and the God within us, pure consciousness. And if we decide not to venture internally with ourselves into journey within and to find these things out firsthand, then we head off in a direction of wandering. We don't understand. We embrace the physical world way too much, and we separate completely from our spirit, our God, which is unfortunate, but that's why we have so much subterfuge here on Earth with the civilization. I mean, you can read things and you can listen to yourself, and know things. You can know, like people say, I know that, and I'm aware of that, and I understand that, but we don't really act upon it. We don't move or transform it, or move into a different direction of who and what we are, and understanding that. So we kind of limp along at times. If you realize that, when each of us realize in our own way and time that we are massively significant because of the fact that as we learn, experience in physical existence, so to speak, we're gaining a broad understanding. And the broad understanding, quite frankly, is when we come to the full embrace of the pure consciousness that we are, we move into an existence, and that existence is when we know we are ready to create universes. How can we, let's put it this way, how can we create something with all this life as a universe, okay, and if we haven't experienced things, you see what I mean? If we haven't firsthand experienced things, and this is the ultimate direction for each and every one of us with the God within us. Now that may sound a little far-fetched to some people. That's understandable. We haven't stretched our imaginations far enough, if that's the case. But everything is possible and nothing is impossible. And the only thing that's impossible is when we stop ourselves from being possible. So when we look at this fabric of where we're going, a lot of people want to know, where am I going? How does this all end? Well, it doesn't end, okay? You just transform. You continue to expand yourself, intensify and expand. And through intensifying, we learn, we experience. And it takes a bit for us to go through the different frequencies and dimensional existences to come to the point where we determined that we desire to create, since that's all we are is creation. That's what we are. It is phenomenal. So we go to a point where we then, everything comes into play and we create a universe. That's what we're going to do. We are pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is existence, which existence is non-ending. It's always. So when we create universes, as others have before us, as I mentioned last night, as others have created universes before us, you get to the point where you understand that you're not in a hurry, you're not wondering, you're not moving into the future, you maintain the now, and the reason that we maintain the now is that that's when we learn the most, in the now. That's when we concentrate and focus on. Some of us look at it like it's the simplest thing. Why would I want to focus on washing my hands or, putting makeup on or whatever it may be? Why would I focus on this? See, we're drawn away from in the now. We're always drawn away from it. That's the challenge for us. That's what causes all of this confusion and all of these challenges that we experience while walking in these bodies. That's what happens. But when we stay in the now, when we focus, there's so much more that we begin to understand. Stilling the mind, being in the now, there's so much more for us as we understand more. What we're doing is we're perfecting our understanding of existence. We are perfecting our understanding of existence. And I said a long time ago we were going to go in steps, and we were going to accelerate and go higher and higher of understanding and comprehension. Well, we're moving into a whole new area of ourselves. And this is the first step, where you say to yourself, okay, so now I'm beginning to understand that I am infinite and I do not dissipate. I don't end. And this is what we look at when we're in these bodies that have been altered necessarily way too soon. So we will incorporate things and have bodies that are immortal that last as long as we choose them to last. And we also know that every single experience that we take in, and we're talking, all lives, all existences that we have had to date, we compile that information, and then we understand that when we move into this hyper supreme creator, we then are ready because we know we've experienced physicality in many different areas. So we're able to expand our awareness and our powers and our intensity to create universes. And the universes are life. And the planets are life. So Supreme Creator is you, every single one of us. It starts to unfold. You can feel this as I say it in your heart minds. You know it to be true. And as it continues to make itself aware of you, to you, you then begin to shift in different understandings. Now you understand why it is such a grand design and such a wonderful experience for us to inhabit physical form. Because it continually, we are experiencing as we fill up our database, so to speak, so that we can use that way, way into the future when we are ready to create universe. And maybe not just one. So, and it's all finite. And we expand it. And we can also, through our consciousness, intervene so it does not end. You see what I mean? So the black hole is the ending of the universe. The white hole is the beginning. You see? Where do you think yin and yang came from? The symbol, the Asian symbol of the eye and then the black and the white. See? The black hole and the white hole. And there are white holes, they just don't make them known. So we have the ability, we are over nature and we are over creation. Does it make us any different than the creation that we create or better? It's just that we have obtained this evolution in our design of pure consciousness so that we can expand and create universes. And also, we can adjust them to last through infinity. Isn't that interesting? The reason that we are discussing this is to literally elevate our understanding of who and what we are. Then you begin to understand how all of these little trivial things in physical form, when we embrace the physical form and we walk in these bodies, we begin to realize that the things that we clutter ourselves with are trivial, and how we allow them to literally control us at times. It isn't, you understand that when we move into this, we begin to realize that, wow, here I was being in a hurry to do my nails or to get this done or to do this or accomplish this or meet this deadline or that, and get all flustered and irritated and then get angry at people and myself. How trivial is that? When you know the grand design, which we're part of, is that we're supreme beings, we're supreme creators. You see? Now, the Adians and all these other civilizations, Turians, they're on their path to discover this as well. You know, when you think about this, spaceships, starships, intergalactic wars and conflicts, territorial disputes, disagreements. It's just amazing, isn't it? Of all these civilizations, all have their imperfections in physical form. And some, just like us, just like our civilization in different ways, is that they haven't discovered really, truly where they're going. They haven't discovered it. So they don't know that their root intensity is, where they're going to be. Not end up, but be. And what I'm sharing with all of you is that this is just a glimpse of really, truly the God within you. And what is the God's purpose, pure consciousness? To create. Okay? And we do. We create. We're creating all the time. So we create one step at a time. And then we embrace it. And we begin to understand it. And we start out very slowly. And then we continue to move up, if we choose. Or to stay in the mire. And to not progress. And to be entertained incessantly over and over again by similar things just replaying themselves over and over again. Just like on this planet, just like in history, and just like everything that's been done. Understand how powerful the civilization is, each and every one of us. When lower matter frequencies are influencing the civilization, and they can convince the civilization of something that is a lie, but the civilization turns it into a truth because of its power. This is how civilizations are enslaved, because this is constantly being introduced. There's always something coming. There's always something that's going to happen. And there's always something that is literally pressing the civilization's emotions. You see? And when you realize that, and you understand that the only way that they can maintain this slave structure is by convincing the civilization of things that are lies, but the civilization believes them in the way they're presented, and because of the power of that which we are, we create them into reality, even though they're lies. This has happened throughout the existence of this particular civilization. And it's happened to other ones. So do you see how impactful it is and how it takes precedence as we go on our journey within ourselves to discover just exactly who and what we are? We're going to realize that this is why it's so crucial that you lead yourself, that you govern yourself, that you think for yourself, see? And that you're always creating value and building wealth for yourself and the civilization. This is a finite understanding that each of us either choose to embrace or ignore. And this is how we turn the corner. And it's empowering for each of us to embrace and understand that. We aren't doing it with ego mind. We're doing it with heart mind. We're doing it with deep gratitude, humbleness, gentleness, kindness, and generosity. With ourselves. And it's a discovery that has been with us since the beginning. Isn't it amazing how many of us don't know that? We have not even a clue of that. Not anywhere near the vastness of that which we are. Our expansion, the universe is the dot, and we are the expansion. So if you put a canvas up, and you got this little dot, on the canvas. You're the canvas and the universe is the dot. Not the way you have been taught. It's completely the opposite. And all of us are brilliant and radiant. Brilliance and radiance because of the power within us. It's unending. It creates universes, and it continues. It's hungry to experience in different forms. And this is why we're here, to answer many, many a time, why am I here? That's why you're here. You're here to experience, to continue to perfect of that which you are, so that you download enough information and experiences in different forms, so that when it comes time for you to decide to create a universe, it will be a wonderful universe, because you'll utilize all of your experiences and all of your interactions in physical forms and forms, period, that you have gained to know how to literally place the solar systems, the galaxies, the pulse, have everything, and all of it is part of your consciousness. Think about that now. It's part of your consciousness. This also involves our ascension. Ascension simply means progression. It basically is you take a step at a time in your frequencies to eventually match the frequency of your pure consciousness. You see? Now, the reason that all of us are, and a lot of times we've been disconnected from our God, our pure consciousness, and our attention has gone on the physical, so we're separated in a way from our God. This is when a lot of people have turmoil and frustration and confusion in their existence, in their lives, because they're so separated. And they have a very difficult time understanding that. In eventuality, we will come into different stages, different frequencies, dimensional existences. Because understand that the universe that each of you create is going to have several different frequencies and densities, many different dimensions. You see, why do you think that we continually ascend into newer dimensions, higher dimensions, higher dimensions, higher dimensions? We adjust our physical form to accommodate the God within us, so that we can literally walk in those physical forms to experience even more. That's why we celebrate every single second we exist in these bodies. Because how impactful is it that when we get to the point of ascending to the level of pure consciousness, that, in other words, we meet with our pure consciousness and we become it, then we create universe. What happens is that it is important for us to know just what kind of universe we desire to create, and that all things will flourish in that universe. Okay? So now, in this meditation, do yourself visualize this progression. You're not projecting, understand. You are just being and communing with your supreme consciousness, your God. And you communicate with your God, and the supreme consciousness within you understands the fact that you are acknowledging it, that you're acknowledging the God within you. This is really important. A lot of us think we do. We think we do. But we just barely touch the surface. And this is why Buddha was so motivated, and Maitreya and many others, to find and to commune with the pure consciousness within. Because this expands you. It intensifies your ability to expand and to become more immersed in pure consciousness. So explore with today we will explore with ourselves in this meditation our brilliance and radiance that we truly are, and the celebration every second of discovering the supreme consciousness within us, that in eventuality we will progress to be able and we will create universe. So it was the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax our bodies. Let everything go that you may have magnetized to yourself or attracted thoughts, worries, stresses, fears, even in the last 24 hours. Let it go. Only you can do that. Only you can let it go. It's not superficial. It is all of it. And you just dump it off. It's like the hot air balloon when you want to soar up into the sky to see the beauty of the landscape, and you can't because it's so weighted down with ballast. And so you begin to realize each one of those sacks of sand that you dump out, you begin to move up. You get motivated because this is great. I can go really high if I dump this ballast. And that's exactly what you'll discover with your body. When you identify the fact that I've got this and this and this, and I really don't need it, so I'm going to dump it off. The body will respond and relax. Drop your shoulders, begin to breathe, listen to your breathing, and go into stillness. Now, as you're relaxing your body, we move into the now. And the now is actually all we have. The now does so much, yet isn't it interesting that the majority don't ever, very rarely spend their time in the now. They spend their time in the past and the future that doesn't exist. So in the now, why do we go or move into the now? Everything that we do moment to moment, the space between heartbeats, is how we experience second to second. It's how we literally enjoy our gratitude, our kindness, our gentleness, our humbleness, our bliss, our joy, our peace, our tranquility, our benevolence. And this is how we still the mind. This is how we move into non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego. This is how we do it. So as we move into the now, relax our bodies, and still the mind, we begin to breathe. And the breath keeps us in the now. It keeps us in the now because it is the now. Whenever you focus on your breathing, you're in the now. How often, ask yourselves this, how often do I focus on my breathing? How often do I do that? Maybe only when there's trouble will your attention be drawn to your breathing. Unfortunate, but true. But imagine being in the now, which is your breath, focusing on your breathing. It sustains your position with the God within you. And and it allows you to move into more of a deeper relationship with the supreme consciousness that you are. So, as you relax the body, as you're in the now, begin to focus on your breathing and visualize this as you breath in. Take a nice, easy inhale through the nose and visualize that breath coming up through the center of your body. Visualize it starting with the sacral chakra, which is in the groin area. Okay, this is where the etherical energy point is. And then you begin to move up through the body, right through the center. As you do this, you will come across the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, center of the forehead, and then the crown chakra. So feel that oxygen, that breath coming in, and feel it moving as your body and muscles move it effortlessly up in through the heart chakra, throat chakra, up into the third eye chakra, and into the crown chakra where the brain, over in your brain. And then hold it briefly. Focus on your sustaining it for a very brief period of time. I am light, I am love, I am. And watch it as you condense it into pure liquid energy. And then you release it over the pineal gland. Now, instead of pineal gland being a prune, it begins to open like a rose begins to open. And the more that you do this, the more the pineal gland will expand. So picture this at least 6 times and visualize it. It's a wonderful experience. And you literally bring that breath up and over and then into the brain, over it, and get a chart if you don't know where the pineal exactly placed, but you should be able to visualize it just from your knowing. And then you condense it into pure liquid energy, and then you release it as it saturates the pineal gland, and the pineal gland responds by expanding. Just like a rose goes into full bloom. As you do this, you understand that your pineal gland is the gateway to existence, all particles of existence. It is the gateway to your pure consciousness, and it is the gateway to forever and beyond. So it's important that we understand this and that this organ is fully functioning for us. Now, when we continually do this at least 6 times, we understand that this pure liquid energy is divine positive energy. It is of the highest frequency. So it communicates with us always, and it does it from a vibrational frequency, not voices. The voices come in through the ego mind, the bicameral mind, the right and left brain. But we're in the heart mind, and these vibrational frequencies express to us that, and you feel it, you are brilliance, you are radiance, you are supreme consciousness. Watch what happens when you express that from the heart mind and how you feel when you say it. Be careful, because we know the ego mind is sitting there waiting for an opening, and it's very tricky. So make sure you're focused on the heart mind, period, as you feel the vibrational frequency that your brilliance, that your radiance, that you are supreme consciousness. Now, we are with the heart mind. We are with our supreme consciousness, our God. And we have these bodies that we're housed in. Now we have others with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the archetypes, all of them. This is a civilization that vibrates at a higher frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. But they're there. And sometimes they come in humanoid form just to give us a wonderful message. Let's say a reminder of how wonderful it is to be in these bodies. Now, since they vibrate at a certain frequency, they literally, many can be in a very small space. This is why 50, 60,000 of them can surround any one of us at any one time. And you talk about bliss, and any of us can have that. They are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. Okay? Then we have the Ascended Masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Hell, Thoth, many, many, many more. They've ascended out of physical form and they hold God form. They hold pure consciousness, okay? We are in physical form and experiencing physical form so that we can perfect. And what do we talk about since we're already perfection, our pure consciousness? So that we can download experiences to our pure consciousness so that we begin to expand our awareness, so that we begin to intensify our knowing in all things. Okay? Why do you think that we will inhabit many different forms on this planet and other existences as well? We inhabit trees to see what that experience, so that when we create universe, we will create the trees on the planets. I mean, this is all part of it. Now you begin to understand a much broader picture, a much more expanse of why all this is. It is to enjoy. It is for all life to enjoy. That's exactly what it is. So the Ascended Masters are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. In all of us, as well as ourselves being consciously aware that we are of the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. So we come together, so to speak, arm in arm, hand in hand, and we form this circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now. And so we become this brilliant light because we are. It's because of our high frequency of our pure consciousness, the God within us. And it is much different than the light that we see like flashlights and floodlights on this planet. It's much more, it's deeper and denser. It's much more expansive. It is a brilliance. It is a radiance. So we begin to levitate up. As soon as we do, we are met with this gossamer field of spectacular, brilliant lights, colored lights, all just bazillions of colors, all reflecting and glittering in this gossamer field. And we look and we see this wonderfully vibrant emerald green flaming healing light, and it is a column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. We come across the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael, which which is a column that reminds us of our power, our strength, and our resolve. We have the light fire. This is our vibrational frequency. It is of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. And this flame, this white fire that literally surrounds us, encapsulates us, protects us from ourselves, from lower vibrational frequencies, which at times we are seduced into embracing. If this happens, if we lower ourselves, and we embrace thoughts that bring us into chaos, misdirection, misguidance, stress, anxiety, fear, anger, then our white fire, our field, our vibrant frequency is depleted, and as it depletes, it allows for these lower frequencies to come in and inhabit or attach to us. Now, we see this beautiful, vibrant, purple transmuting flame. This column reminds us that if we do sync ourselves, and only we can do it to ourselves, only we can do it. We bring in the purple transmuting flame. We neutralize those lower frequencies into neutral light substance. We transmute them into neutral light substance. Therefore, we literally blow them back into pure consciousness, into the collective consciousness, and they become no more. They're absorbed. We also have the violet ray. This is a column that reminds us that after the purple transmuting flame, we bring in the violet ray to balance and harmonize our frequencies, to bring them back up. Isn't it wonderful? We have this always with us. Our white fire is reinstated. Our balance is realigned. We continue on our journey within, and we continue to ascend. We have the golden white pink light. This is pure consciousness. This is source creation. This is all things. It is the highest of high frequencies. It is what we are in pure consciousness and deep eternal love. How do you think that when we get to the point of creating universe, that what do we use to create the universe? Love. So as we continue to levitate, we see this massive column. We created it. It's larger than the solar system. It is like a rainbow prism, the whole column reflecting this zillions of light, colors, frequencies, all in the higher spectrums. And then at the top, we see it's like an ocean that's cascading in 360 degrees over this entire planet, this entire solar system, all life, on, in, above, and below. And this now, it is constant, eternal. And it is deep eternal love, gratitude, generosity, humbleness, kindness, bliss, joy, peace. All of this is flooding us non-stop. How can the civilization not ascend? It is. It cannot be stopped. Only we can stop it. And we have no intention of doing that consciously. Now, those of us carrying physical forms step outside of our bodies and float above our bodies, right above our heads, effortlessly. And as we do, we all immediately call out to all the light energy beings that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude, can join us in this now, in this meditation, in the circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence, and they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex will fill this universe. They come in the trillions of Gugaplexes from every direction. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, the circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we all are the one, we all are the love, and we all are the God. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, beneath Earth, all of these civilizations, many, many, many of them, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude, can join us in this meditation, this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all the one, and we are all the love, and we are all the God, and our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, many, many, many civilizations, just to name a fraction of our familiarity with them, the feline, the avian, the golden pyramid, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Sirians, many, many, many. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude, can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all the one. And we are all the love. And we are all the God. And our God-light energy continues to intensify and continues to expand. And these civilizations have assisted us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, and our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have inhabited, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all the one, we are all the love, and we are all the God. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above, and below this planet Earth Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, and in this circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love, the highest and deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Just to name a fraction of them: the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the trillions, shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations of which many we have never seen before. Their gods with our gods with theirs. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all the one. And we are all the love, and we are all the God. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It sits center circle. We all created this sphere over 2 years ago. It houses all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Over 800 meditations of the highest, deepest eternal love and from the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude. Literally bathing and showering and saturating us in this beautiful brilliance, radiance that we are. We are met with ourselves. We are met with the creation that we are. We are met with the love that we are, that the goodness that we are, that the gentleness and kindness and generosity that we are, that the humbleness that we are. Feel it in your heart, mind. The vibrational frequency is immeasurable. We expand. We intensify. We continue to expand and intensify and experience and learn. We are the brilliance. We are the radiance of all creation. We are supreme creation, supreme beings of the highest of perfection. We continually experience so that we may eventually create universe. We look down upon this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. We experience all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest value in the universes. They too are being flooded endlessly with the highest of deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest eternal gratitude, with gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, with bliss and joy and peace, tranquility and benevolence. And they begin to understand, one step at a time, one particle at a time, that they are radiance, that they are brilliance, that the divine perfection of their supreme beingness, of the gods within them, the pure consciousness, that of all creation. And we embrace, and we all continue to intensify, and we all continue to expand. As our meditative sphere that we've created can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. A grand and glorious celebration for every single second that we are in these bodies, to experience our brilliance, our radiance, and our supreme divine God within us. I join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take a couple of easy breath in. No hurry. Easy. Move slowly. Couple of breaths in, couple of breaths out. Experience your radiance and brilliance. It never leaves you. Open your eyes. And feel the love that you are. We'll be back here Friday, May 15th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.